Hello, I'm with Cinthia Marino from, say that again, Catesion Dance Academy, right across the street from McDonald's in Brodheadsville. So, Cinthia, what made you open up a dance studio?
Well, it's been my dream since I was probably around 3, 4. I have been dancing since I was 2.5, and I said I wanted to open up my own dance studio since I was little. That was my dream, and danced all the way up through now. I still continue, but I went to the Performing Arts High School, and then I went to college and got a degree, a Bachelor's of Arts degree in dance and psychology.
Okay.
So it's been my dream. I've been preparing for this for years and years, and finally my dream came true.
And your dreams come true right here in the West End?
Yes.
All right, excellent. And did you grow up around here? Is this the West End is where you were raised at, and you grew up dancing here, or did you travel anywhere?
I grew up in Brodheadsville, so I've lived here my whole entire life. I danced in the West End as well as New York City, and trained in New York City a lot, and in the Lehigh Valley, and locally. So I try to take as many classes from different people as possible.
Okay, what's this dance studio? What do you have to offer as far as, are you just strictly hip hop? Are you doing ballet or Zumba classes? And
Sure. It's offered for anyone 18 months to adult, and I teach ballet, tap, jazz, contemporary, modern, hip hop, tumbling tots, and we do a mommy and me. We also offer Zumba. I don't teach the Zumba. I'm not certified, but I do offer a Zumba.
So 18 months is what you're starting at?
Yes.
Are these kids, are they crawling through the door?
No, they're walking, but they're fantastic. It's amazing to watch them grow, especially in the few weeks. You know, when they start off, they're shy and they love the mirror, but they really grow and make me cry. It's amazing.
I can, like I said, my daughter's a dancer, and when I refuse to see any of her practices, I refuse to come to any of her little things, and to the day that she put on her little rehearsal, and if you wanted to see a 36-year-old man have a little tear in his eye, that was me on that Friday night watching my daughter dance. What is the mother-daughter?
I call it Dance With Me just because it's known as a mommy and me, but I call it a Dance With Me so that fathers don't feel excluded. Grandparents, I have grandparents that bring their grandchildren in. So that is a class where the parent is involved. They're very hands-on, and they do the class as well with the child.
So it's not just mommy and me, daddy can walk in?
Absolutely. Dads can come, grandparents can come, so.
Okay, and have you put anybody through here that's going on to getting any kind of college through his school, or are you just too new that has anybody that pushed through?
I am brand new. I just opened in September, so I haven't yet, but next year I will have some graduates. So I am hoping that they continue on, at least to continue to take classes. It's a debate with families now, especially dads and moms that feel that there's not a career in dance, so they really shy away from them, going to school strictly for dance. So, I hope that they at least continue to.
It's a big stress on. It is.
It's hard. If you get hurt or injured, sometimes your career could be over and you went to college and then you're, So, it's good to have a backup. I mean, I did a degree in psychology as well, but it's possible to have a career. So.
Right. And did you do anything as far as like going on Broadway, going to New York? This can't be just where you went to school and then open this place up.
No, I graduated in May of 2011, but in the meantime, I have danced professionally with a professional dance company. So I dance with Monarch Dance Company in the Lehigh Valley, and we travel and perform in New York City, Philadelphia, New Jersey,
Sweet.
Lehigh Valley. So I dance professionally every Sunday. I'm at rehearsal, so it's for me.
So you got the credentials to open this place and keep it running.
If there was credentials, yeah. Well, I do have the credentials, but if there was, a person that came around and said that, I feel that I would, especially because I continue my education. I go to dance teacher trainings, and, I continue to take classes, which is rare.
Go back up. What do you mean if you had to have credentials? You don't have to have credentials to be a dance instructor?
Unfortunately, in the United States, you do not. As sad as it is, there's no one to come and say to me, what do you have? I don't have to. I'm not required to have fingerprinting done. I'm not required to have a background check. And a lot of parents are under the impression that anybody that works with kids has to. But unfortunately, private instructions such as dance or the karate, gymnastics, stuff like that do not have to have any of those background things. I don't have to have a degree. Anybody can open up a dance studio, and that is sad.
That's actually that's kind of scary.
It is
actually
so scary.
So is it just dance, or is it karate? Is it?
It's anybody? Of the local, private instruction kind of things like that. Even.
And you're an advocate for this. You want to get this
strongly, because it's scary. What goes on even in schools, public schools. There's still, you hear about all these things that go on, let alone in dance instruction. I have an observation window so the parents can see, but a lot of studios don't. And what goes on behind closed doors is scary. You don't know what if they've ever taken a class. There's people that open up a studio and they've never taken a dance class in their life. Right, they are teaching.
Yeah, this is interesting to me, because I know I'm also a football coach and a wrestling coach, and I have to have background checks. And that's stationed by the league.
Right.
For me to do this, and you have nobody overlooking you. Nobody from the state of Pennsylvania. Is it just the state of Pennsylvania?
No. It's not just the state of Pennsylvania. However, when there's dance in the school systems, there are, you have to follow as if you were a teacher in the school systems. But a private thing to open up a dance studio, you do not. Like, I filled out my paperwork to open with the state. Never did they ask me, do I have this, and this? What are my qualifications? Even to get my insurance for the dance studio, insurance company said, what are your qualifications? And I told them, never did I have to send them my diploma. I didn't have to provide them background clearances, nothing. They gave me insurance and had no clue who I was, which is very scary.
But that is very scary, because I know not too long ago there was a case of something bad going on in a karate studio, I believe in Martinsville, was it, or Stroudsburg? Mm-hmm. And that's unreal to me. And do you want to see something like this get pushed? Is this something?
Absolutely, especially not only, it should be without knowledge that they should, you should have to have background checks and all that kind of stuff. But as far as credentials to teach and educate a child, that you should have to have like anatomy classes, and you should have to have learn about the body. People are doing things with kids, not even kids, adults, whoever, their bodies and their muscles, and there's new research done all the time. What kids should be taught, what they shouldn't be taught, and they're finding new things out about the body, and so you should know what to properly teach at a certain age, and just the technique. It's amazing the amount of money that parents pay, and then they find out that their child is not technically trained.
Is this something that happened to you? Is this a personal?
I did, have to...
Like injuries.
Injuries. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Because you have to, you're not being taught to put your knees over your toes, and to, especially to have the proper dance floor. There's nobody that came in and said to me, do you have a proper dance floor? Do you have anything?
Wow.
I took the initiative because I know what it's like to dance on a floor that's not supported. There's no subfloor, sprung floor.
Mats.
Yeah, and so, I know what it's like, and I have injuries.
So there's schools out here that you just said, like an 18-month class, that these kids are tumbling around on maybe hardwood floors.
Yeah, concrete.
On concrete.
Yeah, concrete with like a marley over it, or a wood floor over it, or linoleum. I've seen it all. So it's sad, especially when you're dancing so young and you dance so many years, or the older kids that come quite a few days a week. They come in and they are on the floor, and if they're not on a properly sprung floor, their joints are taking all this impact. Especially
right.
Jumps, all that stuff, and let alone if they're not trained to jump correctly, that's an injury. And then they're jumping on concrete or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, as me as a wrestling coach, I wouldn't want my kids doing wrestling on a concrete. Why would I want my kids on something hard to be dancing with? The pounding on your feet,
yep.
on your body all the time, up and down.
Impact, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's very interesting to me. I'm sure it's going to be interesting to people out there that are hearing this. So I thank you for getting that out. So out there, you don't have to go through what you went through. You don't even have to be you don't even have to go to dance schools. You don't have to be a karate expert or a dance instructor.
Right.
You don't need anything. You can watch MTV videos and say, I want to open up a
You can watch YouTube videos, which is sad. You know, it happens. And, you know, the company that I perform with, the person that runs the company, she is a huge advocate. She's on boards, you know, for this, trying to get things passed. And, you know, they're really trying to, you know, hopefully in 3 years, possibly, they're going to try and have where they're going to come around to the studios. And
no FDA inspections? No, I mean, there's no health inspection?
I had to have inspections as far as the township, you know, for
a building inspecting?
Yeah, yes, and to make sure that I was handicap accessible. But, I mean, as far as...
So people could be doing this out of a barn?
They could.
Oh, man. And let me say right now, Catesion dance studio is absolutely clean and fantastic. I had a chance to look around here. Everything looks padded. Everything looks safe. But there could be places where people are sending their kids and not knowing what's going on behind closed doors and thinking that they're paying top-notch money to get these kids trained in dancing, karate.
Yep.
So.
Yep, and, you know... statistic from the National Dance Education Organization states that 46 million students, which is 92%, are not being taught dance by a highly qualified educator. 92%.
Oh my God.
Yep. So
I know I'm going to be double checking and see what my daughter's doing.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, ask. That's the thing. You need to ask. I mean, I display my degrees on the wall. I put it out there. And, you know, I really try and push this. It's always been one of, you know, another dream of mine is, you know, I'm not telling everybody to come here. I'm not doing, you know, but I want people to know what they're sending their kid. I don't want injuries. You know, it's really sad because some of these kids are, you know, they want to go on. They have dreams of going on. But one bad, you know, if you keep making the same mistake, you know, of injury or technique-wise, it could really ruin your career. And then their dream is not, you know, a reality anymore.
Because of one bad instructor.
Right. And so, you know, I just wanted to educate people, you know, about this and what's going on and to ask questions, you know, ask where the training goes. You know, another thing is, do they continue their education? Are they taking classes outside? A lot of dance teachers, once they hit dance teacher status, they're done. They don't go take classes outside. They don't, I mean, maybe once a year they'll go take like a master class or something. Besides them taking a class, like teaching the class and dancing in that class, that's it. So
some of this, it's just a moneymaker, basically, for some of these. I mean, that's a shame because me as a volunteer coach for my little guy stuff, again, the league has put me through background checks, fingerprints. The league makes me go through safety training, coaches training, all this other stuff. And if somebody opens up a dance studio, they don't need nothing.
Nothing.
They don't have to advance anywhere. They don't have to be like I have to make sure that I know what signs are for concussions in football.
Nope. There's no
I have to
first
know
aid. Nope.
Minimum
Nothing.
CPR. Nothing like that?
Nope. I don't have. Nobody has come knocking on my door and said, you know, do you have this? Do you have that? And even when I worked, I mean, you can hire anybody. Like, there's no, I mean, unless you have your own set standards, which, you know, I have very high standards. Anybody can teach. Anybody can teach. You can open up a dance studio tomorrow.
I don't think anybody wants to see me start dancing.
Well, you would be surprised what happens. Yeah. But like I said, nobody knows behind closed doors, you know, what goes on. And
there's no push for, there's no push for doing this anywhere?
There is, but the government is not on the arts like they should be. Like, the arts is one of the lacking things. And, you know, unfortunately, even in it's extracurricular, it's, you know, it's not one of the top priorities, unfortunately. And until something really bad happens, I don't know if they're going to change it, unless there's that much people that stand up and say it. But, you know, there's those people that are running a dance studio that are sitting there saying, oh my goodness, they can't push it because they would get shut down. And that's what they're trying to do, this one.
So there is good people out there like yourself that are trying to push this through here.
Absolutely.
Even if you start on a state level.
Absolutely.
Okay, because that's where a lot of things start getting done at. Is there a website that people can go to maybe sign? Or you think about signing, like, get a petition started? So maybe...
You know, I would definitely do that, but there's really nothing right now.
I mean, this is scary. I mean, to me, this is actually a very scary thing, that knowing that there's people out there that are doing this just for a money racket and not for caring for the kids. Or
right. And there's organizations like the National Dance Education Organization is one that I work with, but they're out there educating. But it's been like, I talked to her again today, and she said it's been something that 60 years people have been trying to do.
Oh, really?
And it's not, it's been a long time that people have been fighting. And unfortunately,
this place looks fantastic. This place looks fantastic. It really is.
I try and make it a family atmosphere and fun, but
I saw the girls walking out of the dance. They were, hearing the hip hop going off and the dance, and then the girls came out of here smiling, and they looked happy. Their parents looked happy, and that's what you want to see. That's exactly what you want to see.
Absolutely. Yeah, and
I'm really impressed with the place. Actually, I'm really impressed with it. So congratulations on opening it up.
Thank
really.
you. It's been and like we. When you have a budget, and I get that it's hard. It is hard to open up a dance studio, but when you have a set budget, sometimes it comes down to what's the most important that we're going to spend our money on, like when we open. And so I said, look, here's the money that we have, and so we have to get X, Y, and Z. Well, we had to, cut down on some things because my floor was like $8,000, and so I had to cut down on other things because I wanted a proper
You wanted
floor.
safety.
Yes, and that was the number one thing. I wanted to stand out. I wanted to make sure my floor was, the best that I could get. And so, sometimes when studios open, I've seen it, I've danced on it. It's we call it Farley.
Chris Farley?
Yeah, right.
When he did the Old Man by the River?
We call it fake Marley. And so some studios get like rubber roofing material.
Get at it.
I kid you not. Or
So
shower pan liner. And it smells. It has like a scent to it at first, but
you gotta be. Dude.
I'm not. I see it all the time, and it's a fake Marley, and so it's very cheap. It's very cheap. So it looks like the real thing, and it's cheap. And
Was it like corkboard, or even worse than that?
No, it looks like Marley dance floor, but it has a texture to it.
I'm not familiar with Marley.
It's like a rubber vinyl material, and it's really thick. The real
like something that goes into like the garage, like the rubber mats that go in garages or something like that. Is this what people are replacing this stuff?
Yeah, it's kind of like
just a cheap material.
It's a really cheap material, and it has like a texture to it, and so it's hard to dance on. And you can tell right away by the look. I can just from different things that I've danced on, but it's either shower pan liner or like a rubber roofing material is what they call it, and it's very cheap, and so
and dangerous.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that goes right on top of concrete for some. Unfortunately, there's like no sprung floor, so
I can see you're passionate about this, and that.
Ooh, I can see fired up.
No, get fired up. That's all right. You got me fired. When I first heard about this, I was fired up. When somebody passed this along to me, I was like, are you serious about this? Because of all the stuff that, I'm bringing it back to me again, but all the stuff that I have to go through.
And it's
I'm not even making money on it.
And it's a slap in the face to those people that, work really hard. Like, yourself or, myself, and it's just really hard to, you try and do the best, and then you have somebody that's never taught dance or took one class or, doesn't continue their education, and they're still running, they're still running a program, and so it just is a huge slap in the face to the people that really try and trying to do the right thing, Yeah. It's just, it's hard.
Absolutely. Well, talk about your staff here. Who do you have in the office?
Myself and I.
Oh, is it? It's all you that runs this whole entire...
And my mom, who's my secretary, and so thank goodness I have her. And she's
good old West End family power.
It is, and what better person to have do it than my mom that's been doing this with me since I was 2. So, she's never missed a performance, and so it's somebody that, knows how it works, how the...
Did you background check her?
And, yeah, we have to, you have to get all your employees, and so it's myself, and then my boyfriend who helps, outside, and he works with children. So, he works at a juvenile facility, and so, even to him, it's shocking because he has to have, all these clearances. He just had training
and it's
today.
It's not that I'm sure me and your boyfriend both aren't complaining about we have to do it.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
more concerned about the people that don't have to do it.
Absolutely. It makes him mad. How do these people I have to do it? And, who wouldn't want, that?
Right.
And so, it's myself and I have somebody come in that does Zumba and somebody that does a music together program. But as far as teaching dance, it's myself.
What's your hours here?
6 days a week is that I'm teaching, and I teach over 50 classes a week. So I'm here from about 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock, 9:15 at night.
You're a hard worker.
Then I stay here and do more work. So I'm teaching till 9:15 at night usually.
Wow, you're a hard worker. That's good. Well, thank you so much. I hope that this gets out there.
I hope so too. Tell people,
again,
make them,
what a great studio you have here, and I'm real impressed with it. So go to the website, visit her website at Catesion's. Am I saying that right?
Catesion. Yep.
CatesionDance.com.
Yep.
If somebody was going to come in here, say a guy in my special physique, what would you start recommending? That obviously dancing is a great exercise.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
And I think it's a very underrated exercise that people are always hitting the gym and they're running, and that stuff gets boring. I mean, it really does. Where I think dance, you can mix it up any way you want to.
Absolutely, yeah. Different music, and it's.
Do you get many middle-aged people coming in here? I mean, even just for the Zumba class, do you see them coming in?
Absolutely. Zumba is.
I mean, that looks like fun. I mean, if I wasn't so self-conscious about myself, I would jump in there.
It is fun, and you know what? The good thing about Zumba, as far as as long as you keep going, that's what matters. It doesn't matter if you're doing everything 100% the way the teacher is doing. It's about your own style. It's about just keep moving. Just stay active, and you'll learn it. If they keep doing the same routines for a few weeks, so you'll pick up on it. So it's something that is a great start. But a lot of people, I get people that have tried dance before, it stopped, when they were younger, and now they're coming back into it, older. Which is great, but then you get the people that have never taken it before that are trying it. And so, what better thing than just try it? See if you like it or not. I offer a free class, and so they can try a class.
Free class?
Yeah, they can try a class for free, and if they like it, great, then sign up. If not, then at least you said you did it and you tried it. And if you don't like it, then But you never know until you try something.
Awesome. So, and we're right across the street from McDonald's right here in 209.
Yep.
Very informative stuff, and I appreciate you doing that, taking your time out for the radio station. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Good,
if anybody got any questions, they're going to come and visit the website. Then I suggest that they come down here, talk to you, because I think you're a wonderful person. Your mom's a wonderful person. Big smiley face at the desk right there when I walked in.
Oh.
So I think that's fantastic. I think doing here in the West End is fantastic. So thank you, and I thank you again as a youth coach, and you teaching the young kids something different that gets them moving off the couch and all that other stuff.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Cinthia. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.